Hello and welcome to Battle with the Best of Them here with Dr. Gakman. This was when the backwards cap Krogunk was out there. And we also got a new stop over by where I live. There's several sets of these bees around Kettering. And blah, blah, blah. I'm going to try to turn the other bees into stops too so that there's more stops around. He was photobombing. There's going to be a lot of photos and photobombing here because, and this was the first one that I caught. It's actually a pretty good one. And then, like, shortly after that, I have one with the exact same stats, but, like, maybe a little bit lower in CP. As you can see, it's 11, 14, 15, 11, 14, 15. So that was pretty crazy. And this was during the fashion event, and I hatched a shiny Dweeble. Wasn't a battle with the best of them, but whatever. And then right after that, I got the Smoochum with the bow. So I don't have a regular Smoochum, but I do have a shiny Smoochum with the bow. And some more snapshots. There's going to be a lot of these in this one, in this video, because, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's funny because when you have your, this is about where I live, and that was my, you get one spawn, or one, it's kind of like an incense to make sure that no matter where you're at, you're going to get a spawn. And that just stays there all day. And then I got one from a photobomb. I just left it there. So I'm like this far away from it, but I could still see both of those. It's like that with incense as well, or, you know, a mystery Meltan box. If you have something and you're like in a car or something, that's not a good time to have incense or that kind of stuff running because, you know, you're going away from where they're spawning, but whatever. You get the point. They can be far away from you on the map. They're still clickable, and that's great. And then I got a Cricketot, and it was actually a really good one, shiny one. I ended up getting 4 of those. I really wanted a shiny Shinx. I have the whole Shinx family, but I don't have the one with the top hat. So far, October, I shouldn't say so far because actually October is almost over with, and that's why I'm talking about the results of October. But it's been pretty good. I've been consistently getting shinies. The community day wasn't so great, but then again, it was the second community day for Charmander, and I actually, you know, it's kind of funny because I got one before, and I've gotten one since that this time, or this community day of Charmanders, and plus it had a community day from before, so blah, blah, blah. Here's the Krogunk with the backwards cap. I need another Krogunk because I have a lucky one because I traded shiny for shiny with green onion sticks so that I could, you know, then I made Cricketune shiny. But what I was saying was I didn't do good on any of these except for on the Shuppet day. I got a shiny, and it was actually a pretty good one. For shiny, that is. Usually shinies are pretty crappy. Yanma. So, but I already had the Yanma family, although the one that I got is better than, you know, so I'll probably end up keeping that one and trade one of the other ones. Anyways, but I didn't get any shinies of any of these. And this was unconfirmed at first, but it's actually confirmed now that the, that this world cap, which I want to say was from Gen 4 or 5, maybe 5, Pikachu, it ended up being shiny. And Dewskull and Shuppet I really tried hard for because I needed those, and it was funny because the day after I ended up getting the Dewskull, the day after its thing, it's Spotlight Hour. Usually these Spotlight Hours are not very good for me. I've gotten, on the bronzer one, I got 2, but that was right when we started opening back up after the quarantine, and I was able to just hunt the entire time because not a lot of people were coming into the store where I work at GameSwap that day, and so I was just all over it, and I got 2 of them. That was great. They seem to be spawning better then, too. And then I've gotten a shiny Drifloon, during the Swallow Day, and I got a shiny Yanma during the what was this, Shuppet Day. So, but all the other ones, nothing. So, I still like the spotlight hours, but I just haven't done well with those. Stantlers out in the wild, that's crazy. But then I find out later on that Van Buren Park, or the not Van Buren Park, but Delco Park ended up being a Stantler nest. So I should have hunted around there more, but I didn't. This is a rare occasion where you have all three Burmese together. Of course, one of them was on an incense. And I ended up with 4 Cricketots. So I have one waiting to trade to a friend of mine, Amanda. And, the best one, of course, the 9111, was the one that I turned into Cricketoon. And then I got the whole Shinx family, but I don't have the hat, or the top hat Shinx. Yeah, so this month has been actually pretty good. Slugma, that's kind of rare to find in the wild, and I found one. Win 1,000 legendary raids. I thought I had already passed this, but I took a picture since it was up there. This, the weather things were just not working. You can kind of see these things up here, but whatever. And this was worded completely wrong because it said that it was featuring Alola Meowth. Well, there was also regular Meowth and the Galar region Meowth that were showing up in the research. This was much like the Snubble Day that they had. And the Snubble Day, I got 4 shinies and 1 perfect. And then my first one was actually shiny. And, I have plenty of those now. But you'll see, you'll see when I go through my shinies what I've got. So, Deerling had come out. I don't know why I took pictures of this stuff. Can't remember why I took a picture of this, but whatever. There's always a significant reason why I take the pictures, and then I always forget. Okay, so I already had the shiny altered form. Now I have the origin form, Giratina. I think I tried like 3 times, and then I just didn't try anymore once I got this one. Zigzagoon, this was the... oh my god. What was it? I took a picture of this. Of course, you see this is the Galar region Zigzagoon. Not available in the game yet. Same thing with the Galar region Meowth. He's not shiny yet. We thought he might go shiny during the little Meowth day that they had. But, no. Look at this. Over 2,000 before I finally got my first shiny Zigzagoon. And Sarah had an extra one, so she traded it to me. These guys show up, but only like dark and poison type Pokemon were showing up. It wasn't like they did anything. And then here's those far away ones again. Which, again, this is Oddish is a poison type, so that counted as the Team Rocket photobomb. I took a picture of Victini. Have 3. These were the first 3 of the red 12K eggs, and I really like this concept. They should really have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15 eggs, and each one of them should have their own pool, because there's some of them that they bleed over into each other, and it just doesn't make sense. Like the Pokemon that will hatch from them, they could have like event eggs that are shorter so that you can hatch more of them. But blah, blah, blah. They still haven't done stuff like that. But they did add another tier with this 12K egg. Now, originally these were going to be called Shadow Eggs. But now they're just called Strange Eggs, because you get them from Team Rocket Go Leaders. And then there's that Persian I made after I got the shiny Alola Meowth. That's an Alola shiny Persian. Got another Natu, even though I didn't need it. I'm probably going to trade it back to Laranite. She traded me one. These were my first 3 12K strange eggs that I hatched. One being a shiny Absol. Isn't that crazy? The first one. And then Scraggy, which is one of those ones that you have to usually get through the Go Battle League. And this Larvitar, which has a heart on it, which means it's 2 clicks away from perfect. And then here I'm going through my shinies again. I got another Houndour. Still going through my shinies. I think I'm showing all of the October ones, which is from Charmander up. And this was even before the community day, so I combined those pictures to show how many that I had, which again was before the community day for Charmander, the second community day for Charmander, I should say. And then this was from another 7K egg. It was a Vullaby. That one's the one that I ended up evolving. And then Charmander Day itself, I have, let me see, it says 12. I think I have more than that, though. Because of the costume ones and blah, blah, blah. I think this is before, yeah, this is before the community day. So I had 12 before in the family, but then me and Laranite, speaking of which, went to best friends, so that was a long time coming. But she's almost, I'm sure she's level 40 by now, but that had to push her really close to level 40. Charmander. This was weird. Charmander showed up, but then I couldn't do anything with it. I don't know what the deal was. Either that or I was taking a picture of it, because sometimes you could take a picture of it before you try to catch it. This was during the Charmander Day. I was only able to escape work once because it was really super busy at work. These are all my Charizards. I got a Purified one, a Shadow one, a Clone one, shiny ones that I've been invited to raids from Alaska from, it's pretty crazy. I don't know why I took picture twice, but whatever. But yeah, I had a perfect one too. With the star right here. Boom, boom. Mandibuzz is what I turned that Vullaby into, because I got hatched another Vullaby. The one that I really want is Sandile, the sand crocodile, and it has 3 stages, and I haven't evolved any of those. But I evolved 2 of the, I got 2 of the Mandibuzz, and I got 2 of the other guy. Well, it's not a guy, but a Pokemon. This was, this is a warning to you. I mean, I thought I had it down pat. I thought if you kept feeding your Pokemon and keeping his thing up, then the Poffin would still keep going. The problem was I gave him the Poffin, and that instantly gives you 6 hearts for the give your buddy a treat. And then, any of the other things that you do doubles the hearts, except for the walking together. But I've had experiences in the past with Poffins where as long as he's still on the map with you, even if the Poffin has worn off, or even if, the time is expired, you can still double up. You can still get up to 6 hearts by walking together. But like I said, I was stuck at work, and we were so busy, and it was just me and one coworker. We should have had 3 people that day or more, but only us 2, and it was really rough. Slowpoke looks crazy as a shadow. Congratulations, you earned a medal. 200 surprise encounters in Pokemon Go Snapshot. I believe that's the highest you can get. Or, I mean, the highest medal I should say. So I was trying to explain the Yamask thing, because people were like, well, I already got the Yamask. And I was like, no. During the Halloween event, they made it to where, speaking of which, okay, so the Halloween event, I think, is still going on, and you can spend stops to get Spiritomb. Now, Spiritomb is the thing that they've been just giving out every year, but this time he kind of snuck into earlier in the quest, and then later on in the quest you get the Galarian Yamask. So far I've only gotten one Galarian Yamask. I don't know, I haven't studied it enough. I haven't been really playing as much as I should. Been really busy with other things, as always. But there's the Galarian Yamask, and it transforms into something else. The regular Yamask turns into Coffagrigus, which is like a coffin, and the other one is Runagrigus, which is like a big giant rune that like is possessed by this ghost, because it's a ghost type. And you get the first one, but I don't know how to get the other ones. I don't know if we have to, because I'm not going to evolve it until I get the other ones. So that's what it turns into. And that's what its stationary form is. It's like a rune with like a dragon on it, and then, when it transforms, the ghost turns the dragon into like an actual dragon, whatever. But there's Pawniard. I think this is the one that I ended up evolving when I got the second one. It turns into Bisharp, or B-Sharp, which I don't know if that's supposed to be a play on music or what, but he's sharp, he's full of blades. Looks like a creature from Puppet Master. I have tons of Eevees, pretty good ones, but, when they started this buddy system where you could level them up to level 41, I think I was walking the wrong ones. I should have been walking these ones that are 1 or 2 clicks away from perfect, although I think I only have one that's, or maybe I don't have any that are 1 away from perfect. But back to the Halloween thing. I was talking about how there's supposed to be tasks out there that get you specific Halloween Pokemon like Yamask and yada yada yada. But I haven't seen any other ones that get you Spiritomb, because Spiritomb is now shiny, and I would like to get a chance to catch a shiny one. I finally made it to 50. I haven't been able to do this for a while. And recently it's because when I've been working at Gordon Foods, I work there every Monday, I walk all over the place there, but like, I don't know if there's something wrong with my GPS or my phone service or whatever, but it's not counting half my steps while at work, because when I go to open the app, it's saying that the GPS can't be found and blah, blah, blah. Now, I've been recently having to repair my phone, opening it up and fixing things, so I don't know if... it works well enough, especially if I'm outside, but when I'm in certain buildings, I've just given up. I know that the GPS is not going to work. But then in other buildings where it's worked before, now they're not, and blah, 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 that's not your problem. And but it is Pokemon Go related, and it is related to this, because I do want to hit this 50 kilometers more. I think it's a healthy thing to do, and I think it's good for the game and blah, blah, blah. But the thing that I always mess up with is if you get 50 kilometers, you can get up to 2 eggs, a 5K and a 10K egg. You got to have empty spots for those. Also important, empty spots for the red eggs. And this was a joke, but that'd be crazy if they had a community day for Bidoof. And then here's the new costumed Pokemon, and Spiritomb's going shiny. And the new Galarian Yamask, that was the banner for that. I was invaded by, what was it, Gulpin? And then this was during the Shuppet Day. Didn't get any shinies. And now they have the AR mapping, which I took. I was showing people how to do this. You have to go in the upper right-hand corner, and then again in the upper right-hand corner of the stop, and it'll have the option to scan the Pokestop when you're by it. And they keep sending these things out, and like even ones that I've already done, they'll tell me to do it again. And some people are getting Poffins for them, but all I've ever been able to get is potions. And like, to me, Poffins and rare candy, that's a better gift, but whatever. Abomasnow in the wild, I keep seeing those. They were doing this like crazy for the Baskin-Robbins thing, but I've only gotten a couple of the Verizon things, and it kind of sucks because Sprint used to be the thing, but then now they're being like bought out or merging with T-Mobile, and I'm a Sprint customer, and I know a lot of people that are under Verizon are they going to start making Verizon gyms and then just take them down in like a year or two when whatever promotion they're doing is going up? I don't know how they're going to do that. And supposedly, just like with Sprint customers, where they could get certain avatar items and they had certain events, Verizon is going to get an event where you get like special Pokemon spawn just for you if you're a Verizon customer, which I really think that's kind of it's cool for them, but it's kind of crappy for the rest of us. The Farfetch'd just came out, and now there's tasks that you can do, not just like walking, not just candy, not just like having it as your buddy, but also doing special tasks in order to evolve a Pokemon. Now, supposedly this is going to be a part of leveling up yourself once they go beyond the level 40 cap. It's not just going to be about gaining experience, or in the case of Pokemon, getting candy. It's going to be doing specific tasks in order to get to the next level. So, wow. I mean, it's cool that they're reinventing how they do things with this, and I find that pretty exciting. So I made my Farfetch'd after I got my 10 excellent throws, which I really think that's a cool way to do this. And I only had one lucky one, so I was like, "Yep, that's my best one." So I'm gonna do that one. I got when the Galarian Galarian Ponyta came out, I was like, "Oh, sweet! I gotta see this in the Pokédex." And the shiny one is not available yet, so don't get excited. But you can see the shiny forms of Pokemon that haven't come out yet if you have the shiny of other forms. So I have the Kanto shiny Ponyta, so now I can see the Galarian shiny Ponyta. And like I said, B sharp, I think it's B sharp. I don't know. This is another thing with the Halloween thing. Misdreavus is the one that keeps popping up when I take the photobomb pictures for Halloween. But once, and only once, I don't know if it was because I did it early enough in the day, I don't know if it was about the time of day, or if it was just I was lucky, I got a Yamask on the photobomb, which you'll see that later, which I think is kind of goofy. They should have it to where, like, if it's a specific time of day, they should let you know, or it should be more randomized if it's supposed to be random, because I would have this problem when they've had photobombs in the past where the only one that would show up would be one of them, the one that I don't want. This shows that like even a CP10 Pokemon could have really high stats. Grimer out in the wild, that's pretty crazy. Granbull out in the wild, that's crazy. They got rid of Alola Raichu. I need that shiny. But then they put regular Raichu in the raid. It just doesn't make sense, but whatever. I didn't realize you could do this. I didn't know that you could save back. I must have accidentally done it by pressing the buttons too quick to go through my tasks. But you can save back. Of course, I think there is some limitations, kind of like when you get your 7-day, what do you call that? Breakthrough for the week for the field research right here. You have to get something in order to get that, so there's an order to, the Pokemon spawns that come from as rewards. But still, though, I didn't know that you could like run away from that and come back to it later. I thought with these special quests that you had to complete them in order to, I mean, you do have to complete them in order to continue, but I didn't know that you could like bypass it for a moment. Like, let's say you're doing 3 special quests at the same time, which was the case with this Halloween thing. They had a daily one for the catch challenges for ghosts. Then they had the weekly one for the Halloween event, and then they had the special event that you can finish it at your leisure, which was also for Halloween, but it was like for the Galarian Yamask at the end. But blah blah blah. Tired of hearing about that already, aren't you? So I have all of the shiny Charmander costumes. That's ridiculous. 666, and then you'll see again I got some more 666 Pokemon. This one I hatched from a 7K egg. Now see, this to me, Trubbish shouldn't be in 7K eggs. That's kind of Trubbish. It's kind of garbage. But, or not 7K, I shouldn't say that. 12K eggs, the strange eggs. Then I got another Drifloon. After they had the Drifloon, or no, this was during the Drifloon event. And then I got another one afterwards, which was kind of crazy. This one says run 10 raids while you're walking it. So these Galar Pokemon are really, they got a lot of things that you got to do to get them to evolve, which I like that. That's cool. You just got to have a good enough UMass to invest the time in order to do that, because I'm not walking that one just yet. I want to get another one, which so far there's only one that I've been able to get, and it was from the special research. So that one was also another Larvitar, not shiny, from a 12K egg. And there was the UMass, or Yanma, that I got during the Shuppet Day, and it was actually, I mean, I don't like that one of its stats is below 10, but it's got some pretty good stats for a shiny, and it's battle with the best of them, so boom. I'm going to end up evolving that one. Teddy Ursa, 666. Dewskull, this was funny because after the Dewskull Day, I got a shiny Dewskull. This was after the day, so it's kind of funny. And I've had that happen before too, where I'm clicking on every shiny one day, or shiny potential one, and I don't get a shiny. And then the next day, the first one that I click on ends up being shiny. It's kind of goofy. So now I can make the whole shiny family, or I did. I got a Dewskull, Dewsklops, and Dusknoir. And Dusknoir, it kind of, you can't, I mean, you can tell the difference, but you wouldn't know it just by looking at it. You have to have, like, the side-by-side. I mean, obviously, this one's more brownish, and this one's more bluish, or cobalt-colored, or whatever. So there is a difference, but it's just like, you know, I only had one Dusknoir to begin with. So making that second one, it's definitely different looking, but you might not know it if you were to see it in a gym or something like that. And then here's a Shuppet 666. That's crazy. This is a shiny Drowsy that is one click away from perfect. So marked that. And I'm probably going to purify it. The shadows, I don't really use those to battle with. I mean, there's some of them, like if they have a community day move, like a quick move. But they have these short window opportunities where you can TM away frustration and give it its actual community day move, or like a special move, or a move that it would normally have if it wasn't a shadow Pokemon, to make it stronger. And then there are people that use it in the Go Battle League and stuff, but you really have to invest a lot, and they have to be good enough. And if they're good enough, then I'm going to purify them and make them better and make them perfect, which, you know, is crazy. I have 194 Pokemon that are one click away from perfect. I was showing somebody. And then Rufflet, I've been trying so hard. Well, not hard enough, obviously, but I've known people who try it super hard, so it kind of is discouraging to me that, you know, you have to get to level 10 in the Go Battle League in order to get certain Pokemon. Like, they did it with a Scraggy. It wasn't level 10, but you had to get pretty high or do pretty well in it, and Rufflet was one of them too. Rufflet was also available during an event in Philadelphia, which, you know, the whole flu thing happened, and some people were able to take advantage of that no matter where they were, which is good for them, but, like, I wish I'd have known about that. I would have bought the ticket, but I thought I had to go to Philadelphia. But what ended up happening was they, you know, traveling and all that stuff because of the silly flu was restricting it. So they were just like, oh, since you paid for it, here it is, but you can use it wherever you want instead of just having to go to Philadelphia to do it. Anyways, so I wanted that one. I need to get another one in order to be able to evolve it because that's how I am. And that came out of a 10K egg, not a 12K egg, not a 7. Or they were never rumored to be in the 7, of course, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that was pretty nice. Usually my 10K eggs are filled with Feebas. So then here, like I was talking about before, here's my Yamask that was in a photobomb. That was the only photobomb Yamask that I got. And then right after that, the photobombs were Mischievous again. So I don't know, again, if that was because of the time of day that I had done it. It doesn't show the time of day on here, unfortunately, when you take the picture. But I want to say that it was before noon, and the rest of these were afternoon. So these pictures right here are the end of my photos that I've got. And they're pretty big pictures because I'm taking picture of my blog. I'm going to, again, I'm always restructuring the blog. But I'm going to do it again and again until I try to figure out what I want to do. I'm going to try to reduce it down to one Pokemon Go Battle with the Best of Them page that encompasses everything. Now this is the speculation page, which again I haven't even updated since well over a month, and a lot of this stuff is moot, and I do really think that there's interesting stuff that I say here, but the problem is by the time I say it, it ends up happening in the game, or again it's moot because of other reasons and blah blah blah. Yeah, so and you know, I think what I have to say is cool, but it would be better in a forum setting, or like saying it on Discord where people can actually discuss it, rather than putting it in a static blog, which, you know, we'll see how I do this. But like I said, I'm archiving this right now, all of the stuff that I was doing. I'm probably going to copy down all the text too, but I'm eventually just going to get rid of this page and combine it into a one all-encompassing page. Probably at the very top of the page is going to be infographics. The top infographics are going to be like the current events infographics, and then the rest of them are going to be like infographics that are long-standing and you know are relevant throughout, you know, events. And then I'm probably going to have some infographics on you know, data mining stuff and speculation. Then I'm going to give my tips. I've been meaning to do like beginner's tips for the longest time, including videos and all that other stuff, but just haven't been able to get to it. This is my other page for the shiny checklist, and I had written down, and I haven't been keeping up with it in the last like month or so. I've been writing down the order in which the Pokemon have come out as shiny. I want to say that there's another resource out there that does this and does a better job of it, but I was just doing it just to do it because I like to keep track of silly things like that. And I don't know why there's a big gap there, but whatever. And then I was giving tips on how to catch shinies, and then there's, you know, the picture of my shiny results from Leak Duck. He has this graphic that you can use to as a checklist for all the shinies that are out currently, and blah blah blah. And he's done a better job on that than I could ever do. Then here's my community day preparation page, which I think a lot of the static stuff that I update all the time is well. But each month I was trying to update it with not only the results, which I've gotten rid of, archived that in the last video, I should say, but also like tips on that coming up Pokemon, or, you know, but a lot of this stuff kind of just bleeds into itself when I get to this general tips and tricks and stuff here. So I think eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine all this stuff together. It's going to be walls and walls of text, but I'm also going to reduce some of the stuff that's just kind of redundant and or mute, especially the speculation stuff. And the stuff that's like, it's valid, but it might be only valid for a short period of time. I just want to make it to where like I can update it quicker and keep it more up to date more often, as opposed to having, I have like 5 different Pokemon Go Battle with the Best of them pages on my blogger, and like the infographics one I try to keep up on, but even then, and all that is pictures, even then it's kind of hard to keep up with. I don't get paid for this. I mean, I'm not trying to complain or whatever. There's so many other projects that I want to do, and here I am spending all my time on, well, I shouldn't say all of my time, but the free time that I have to spend on my blogger is all towards this, and I want other stuff to write about, and more structured and blah blah blah. And then this is the organization page where I talk about what you can search for, although that's already covered in infographics and appraising, and this is something that I haven't even updated in months, maybe in a year. But I got all this text right here of symbols that you can use, and I think that's beneficial, and I'll probably put that on the new page that I make. Yeah, this has been about a year since I've updated that. That's crazy. And I think that was the last one. Yep. So, with that, we'll go to my blogger, which is kind of redundant because I just showed you everything in there. But when you go to Nintendo Agenda, I'm going to be streamlining a lot more of this stuff. And especially the Battle with Best of them, there's not going to be 5 different pages. There's probably just going to be 1 page. Now let's go to Pokemon Go itself. They haven't put on the Halloween music yet, which I kind of find interesting. But I don't know. We're getting near towards the end of the video. Well, I've already spent too much time on the video, but again, this is part of it. Part of this is archiving, what's of my blog now that I'm going to be changing. I'll show you I've gotten 2. It's kind of crazy. I wish I could check. I can show you this real quick. So, first thing I'm going to look for. Oh, here is the creepy music. Man, they did bring the creepy music. Okay, so here's all my perfects. I got 77 of them. And when I hit this and I go hatched. Now, they don't have a thing on here that's field research. I hope that they do that someday in the future, but where like you can check which ones are from field research. They're supposed to be updating it. They've already updated it to where it shows you the color of the egg that it came out of. And they're going to do other updates too, like on supposedly where and how you got it. But see, rated isn't on there. Yeah, so the 4-star ones that I've gotten from raids, you can't check that. I've only got 1 legendary, unless you count. I've got 1 mythical, unless you count Melmetal, which is legendary and mythical, yet you can put them in a gem. It's kind of crazy, but that's perfect. But you look at this, and it's kind of crazy. You saw how many of them from hatches, and there was lots of them from field research. Not a lot of them from getting from raids, though, right? And also, there's been wild ones I know I've caught. But look at this. This is kind of crazy. So I've got 3 that were purified, and I've got 2 more in the waiting to be purified. So that really means that these shadows can pay off a lot if you're looking to get a lot of perfect Pokemon. So, let me show you this now too. You would think, oh, well, you're going to get a lot of perfect Pokemon from trades, right? I've only got 1, and it was a lucky one. And I've already got a lucky Pichu, or I've already got a perfect Pichu. So, I mean, it's crazy, and I still don't have any shinies. And I've gotten some people who have gotten perfects and perfect shinies from trades, and they weren't even lucky trades. Or they didn't become lucky after they were traded. They weren't with a lucky friend, and they weren't lucky at all. And they still ended up getting but here I am with only one traded one, and yet 3, and then potentially 5 purified ones. Now, granted, I have been doing a lot of these shadows, but here's the 2 in question. There's Drowsy, which if I purify this, it'll be a perfect one, which is great. And then this, let me see. It's deeper in here. And this is great because I have a perfect Nido King, and then this will turn into a perfect Nido Queen. All of your stats go up 2 spots, or 2 clicks when you purify. So, that's pretty crazy. Let's just go ahead and purify this now. I've also been more picky with my shadow Pokemon. I was trying to keep them all, and that's just dumb. So, like, what I do is when I get one that's a really bad stat one, I purify it right away and then transfer it so that I get the candy and I get the purification thing. I think you have to purify 200 Pokemon to get the gold medal or something like that. I can't remember what it is. But here's another perfect now. So, I'm going to mark that with my perfect marking. Coming to the game soon is going to be the ability to see its moves when you long press on the Pokemon from here. But right now it's not doing that. I don't know if it shows you in the regular, like, thing, or if it shows you, when you, are trying to select ones for a battle. I think that's what it's going to be, is when you're in the battle selection mode, you can't delete Pokemon, so when you hard press them, it's just going to show you their move, which is actually really sweet. And it makes it easier than trying to search for moves or mark your Pokemon with specific moves like I do. I mean, that's just some crazy stuff. So now, when you look at this, my 4-star Pokemon, which are basically all my starred ones, I now have 79. And 5 of them are purified. So, these Shadow Pokemon are starting to pay off a little bit. And like I said, I got another shiny Drifloon. Let me show you my shinies. I only got 9 during Community Day because, again, super busy. But I did get, this is my best one. It's actually better than my female Charizard that I had before, and all of its stats are 10 or more. It's Battle of Best, though, and it has Dragon Breath. But I need to give it a new attack and also give it the other Community Day move so it has both. Same thing with my perfect one that I've got. I've got another Absol, one for trade. There's that Persian that I was talking about. This was actually out in California. Somebody invited me, and it was like 10 o'clock here, but it was only 7 o'clock over there. So that was great, because I'd already done 2 earlier today, and I was like, I didn't get it. Oh well. And then I got it. That was cool. So yeah, 4 Cricketots, Krogunk. But here was my first of the month, and it was well before the Community Day. I got this on the 1st. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So that's 35 shinies in this month, which is pretty good because I haven't been playing as hard as I usually do. A lot of repeats, of course, but there's also been family completions, and extras for trade, and rarer ones, and including new event ones like the Kricketot and the Krogunk, and the Smoochum with the hat. And Dweeble's a rare one too, I think. So, and then there's been some that I've already traded away. Like I traded this. I was trying to get a really good Zapdos. My current Zapdos is already better. But, you know, I had a trade, and we had a lucky trade lined up, and I needed to give her her Ho-Oh, and she gave me a Zapdos, and it ended up not being as good, but it'll be cheaper to power up, though. That's one nice thing about it. And it does have Thunder Shock, which is, I think it's a special move. Let's check. I'm going to go in here and go special. I'm going to show you all the Community Day moves or exclusive moves. And, of course, it's showing all these silly shadows. But yeah, Zapdos. This is that Thunder Shock is a move that is was only obtainable during certain times, like when I had its day. But yeah, there's Courier with the hat. Not a battle with the best of them. Oh yeah, let's go to the costume ones. Got a Sableye Lucky. I got that Charmander with the stupid hat, so, but I didn't get Squirtle. I really want more Squirtles with stupid hats, right? There's one from South Carolina. I think it's my first South Carolina one. Now that shows from a green egg, which is not true. That had to have been from a... Yeah, it was from a 7K egg, so I don't know why it's coming up as green. They haven't fixed that all completely yet, so... This one was one that you can evolve, the Pikachu with the World Cap, which again I think is Gen 5. At the end of these videos, instead of having long things on my blog about speculation, I was going to talk about speculation for the future. But I'm going to save that for another video because, like, you know, there's so much to speculate on. But the upcoming event that I want to talk about is the Grubhub Plus. When you're a Grubhub Plus member, I signed up with that, and today I got rallies from it, and it was actually pretty impressive. The rallies is always impressive to me because I'm kind of like a junk food person. But there you go. I've already been talking too much, but yeah. Showed you some of those. Let me see. Traded ones recently. Couple Luckies. There's that Leon. Yeah, nice. I've got two Strange Shadow 12K eggs waiting to hatch. This was another one from a 12K egg. It's my best Absol, which is one click away from perfect. Love to get a perfect one. I want to say, let me see my Absols here real quick. Got two shinies, one that I'm keeping. This one's female, and the other one's male. I might keep them both. If they ever introduce breeding, that's gonna be nice. I've already gotten another Absol, which I've traded off to somebody, to Sarah, I believe. So yeah, I mean, I've been having lots of luck with rarer shinies, so had a lot of fun with the game, even though I haven't been able to play as much as I've been wanting to. Oh yeah, and I believe I do have the Rapid Dash. Yep, right here. That's wonderful. I got another Galar region Ponyta much later on after they were spawning in the wild. I got it way after in a 7K egg. So 7K eggs are Alolan Galar region ones, which I think fits perfect. They need to have more egg types, I believe, though. Like a 6K or a 5, or, you know, like a 4, 3, 2, 1 egg, K eggs, and maybe even a 15, you know, that'd be nice. Just, you know, I guess I'm talking too much, again, as usual, but I did have a lot of stuff to cover, and thanks for watching. Sorry about the long wait here. I was going to check this, I believe. This was from defeating two... Oh, no. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I think it was from doing two... what do you call it? Team Go Rocket raids, or not raids, but Team Go Rocket grunts. You defeat those two, and then blah blah blah. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and sorry about the length of the video again, but this is more like a vlog than it is anything else anymore. Especially if I'm going to be using this as a structure to get out information or to just talk about Pokemon Go, as opposed to my blog, because I want to reduce some stuff down on my blog so I can do other stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Happy hunting out there. Oh yeah, here's that stock I was talking about before. Across the street from this church. Woo! Anyways, happy hunting.